We're going to talk about why do you waste your time trying to impress other people and you don't even think that you got to impress yourself first. Me and my wife, we have these conversations, and that's we're a perfect match for each other because we both get this side of what it takes to make changes in an individual's life. It all starts with what you think in your mind. But we are all very good. We are all very good at trying to impress other people. And I'll admit, when I was younger, that was like number one thing. I remember when I was 15 years old and I had joined the company Herbalife to sell these weight loss products. I'm 15 years old. But I was very good salesperson. And I'll get into a story one day about how I became a very good salesperson. But I remember I was selling the Herbalife product and I only weighed like 140 pounds at the most, 140 pounds, 145 pounds. But I was able to sell those weight loss products to people. And from the money that I made, so at the age of 15, selling these products, and that was a network marketing company. I remember my sponsor, his name was Harry. He was an Indian guy, I think he was from India. And he had signed me up, and I had made him so much money from him sponsoring me that this guy would let me use his car at the age of 15. I didn't even have my driver's license. He was out there letting me use his car. And but the thing about it is that when I was making the money, some of the months I had made $2,500, $1,200, $1,500, and my biggest month was $2,500. And I remember I went out and bought these gold nugget rings. If you look back in the past, in the 1980s, one of the biggest things when rap started really blowing up is that people would get these gold nugget rings. We had all these nugget rings. You might even see people with them now. So I went out. First thing I went out and did, bought me the gold nugget ring, and then got me the Fila warm up suit in the tennis shoes. But it was all really to impress people off of what I was doing. And what happened from that is, and this is the lesson that you got to learn, is that when you start to have success, you're either going to have people resent you or you're going to have people that, accept your success and they're happy for you. And I think that that's one of the confusing things that comes to people's mind, is that they're like, why isn't everybody that knows me and when they see me become successful, why are they not happy for me? And that goes back to impressing other people, because you can't do this stuff to impress other people. You cannot have a business to impress other people. You can't lose weight to impress other people. You can't improve your self mentally. You can't improve your life or make changes in your life to impress other people. You have to do it to impress yourself. And this is one of the big lessons that I learned later in life that has really allowed me to just be able to just do whatever I wanted to do, because I don't worry about impressing other people. When you don't have to think about impressing other people, you stop doing things to make other people happy. You stop doing things you stop saying yes to stuff that you know you want to say no to. You stop getting into situations that you shouldn't have been in solely because you didn't have the strength within you to impress upon you that this is the right thing to do. I talk about one of the, I'm lucky because I started learning stuff very quick. In my 20s, I think I was probably about 28, 29 years old. I was approached. Let me tell you this story. This is a true story. I was approached, and this goes to being strong on the inside to impress yourself, not to try to impress other people. And while I'm telling this story, I want you to, put yourself into this and tell me what, think about what decision you might have made. So my first company that's successful is a advertising printing business. We advertise for small businesses. And we started it in 1990, and I think it was somewhere around 1997, 1998, I was approached by these individuals, and they said, we want to show you something. And I'm thinking, okay, this is a business, they called me on the phone. There's a small business, and they want me to stop by to show me their business so they can get my opinion on how to market their company. Now, I'm 20 probably at that time about 28 years old. If it's 1998, I'm 28 years old. So I walk in and I see money spread it out all over the table, and I'm like, what the hell is this? First I walk into their establishment. It was a printing company. So I'm like, okay, maybe they're want to do some type of joint venture or something, or I don't know, or advertise their printing business, because at that time we did not do anything other than advertising. If it was someone that needed business cards or postcards or flyers, we just, referred them out to someone. And I'm thinking, well, they want to have me refer business over to them, and then they're going to advertise in my publication. So they invite me to the back room, and in the back room on this table, there was just money laid all over the table. And he had asked me to feel the money. He was like, can you, feel it, look at it, all this stuff. And then he turned the lights off in the room. And I'm like, okay, what the hell is going on? And then he pulled out this purple, light. And he, waved, waved it over the money. Shine the light over the money. Certain money lit up and certain money didn't light up. And he was like, that's fake money right there. The ones, I don't really remember. I think the ones that lit up was fake. And let me also tell you, this was before the strip was in our money. So if you look at our money now and you got that strip in there, this was before that time. This is when it was mainly based on paper, the way the type of paper it was. And then it was also, I think during the time where there was a lot of counterfeit money going around, and they had started, it was telling people, hey, you better get that pen to check, because the way that, I think it turns black if it's not made on the paper. But the whole thing was that they brought me in there, and they were like, because you've been in the printing business. It turns out that they just had the equipment, but they were not in the printing business. I was in the printing business, and the problem that came up for them was that they were not going to be able to order large amounts of paper from the supplier, because they was like, why are you trying to order this much paper? Like, you're just coming out of nowhere. And they figured, because I've been in the business since 1990, if they were to look up my record, look up what I'm doing as a business in the community, that I would be able to, do these large orders of paper. It was just, and some of you may not even understand, in the 1990s, 80s, like the way stuff is now, business was not like that. Some places, when you ordered stuff, they wanted to, make sure that you were on the up and up, even if you were going to pay for it up front. It wasn't like it is now. And the big reason why is because the competition was a lot smaller, in certain areas. Competition has always been there, but it was a lot smaller, and companies wanted to know who they were dealing with. And so they felt that, presenting that to me, that I was going to, jump on board. And it goes back to, you got to impress yourself. And I was like, I'm not going to get involved in nothing like this. I told them straight up that I want no part of it. I'm just going to leave, and I wanted no part of it. And it's mainly, when you think about it, a person can make the wrong decision on something like that simply because, number one, of their greed, but number two, because they want to impress them. So they try to blow me up and say, hey, you got this business. You're been around the community all these years. You're well respected. And like, it's going to be something outer. But for me, there was a number of things that come to my mind that helped me make the right decision when they came to me with that. But one of the things that is important is that you need to impress yourself. And when I look back at that experience, I'm impressed because I had the power and the strength inside of me to make the right decision. Not trying to impress them by saying yes, not trying to impress them by saying, yeah, I am the big business person that's got this company that's been around for 8 years and strong in the community and all of this stuff. And, where it's all just them, buttering me up, and so you have to be willing to impress yourself first. And you impress yourself first by doing the right things and doing the things that need to be done to become successful. Now, just to close out that loop on what happened with them is that probably 1, 2, 3 months later, I forget how much longer it was, Secret Service came down and closed them all down and arrested them. And I don't know how much time they got in jail, but I could have been, right with them by participating in something like that. And so, but people find themselves, when you look at what people will do to get things, what are they doing when they get those things? If they're getting it by legal means, or if they're, where they work hard with their hard-earned money and they use their credit to go out and buy things to impress other people, or if they are doing things illegal to get stuff to impress other people. All of it, 100% of it, is to impress other people. And what I learned, and I learned it early in life, but I've really understood this a lot the older I got, is that you have to impress yourself first. If you impress yourself first, so many good things are going to happen for you in your life. Not where you're just out there doing things to make other people happy, doing things because you think that that's what other people want to see you as. When you start to impress yourself, when you start to impress, and what my mentor, Reverend Ike, said is you impress upon yourself. Rather than looking on the outside for things, which is what all the material stuff does, is that you become impressed yourself first. And then when you get those material things, it's not going to matter to you what other people think of you. Because there's a lot of times where people will get stuff, and then they're thinking that, like I said earlier, you're thinking, they're thinking, we all could be thinking that we get something and other people are going to be impressed by it, and some of those people are not going to be impressed. Some of them are going to be retracted by it. They're going to be jealous. They're going to be envious. And then there's going to be other people that are going to be okay with it. So the lesson in today's video is to the first person you need to impress is yourself. Stop trying to impress other people, because you'll be wasting your time. You will look up one day and you will see that all of the stuff that you've done, all of the energy was just wasted on you trying to impress other people. Post your questions, post your comments. This is Stephen A. Williams with Making Money with Stephen A. Williams here on YouTube.